What up? Let's see. Are we live yet? Okay. Sometimes you gotta double check, triple check with YouTube to make sure they don't mess up on their end. So let's hear a voice real quick here, and then we're gonna get started. What up? Let's see. Are we? All right. So we are on. Oh, somebody just tweet. Oh, okay, welcome to the annual Predicting the Oscars. Right now is Thursday night, March 24th, 2022, which means the Oscars will happen this Sunday, March 27th, 2022. Um, yes, I'll be watching it from home, from the comfort of my own couch. And I will be definitely tweeting it live as well as it happens. And also, I'll be doing a reaction video after the show is done. Reacting to the winners and whatnot. But right now, I want to give you my prediction. Here's the thing. Here's how we're gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna go through the list of the nominees, of course, and then I'm gonna tell you guys who do I want to see win. Who's my favorite to win. All right. But then I'll tell you who I predict will win. Okay, because the two sometimes don't always coincide. Right? Let's just see. Sometimes the people that I want to see winning the Oscar, sometimes they don't get to win because the wind is blowing the other direction. All right, and that's fine. That's why I'm gonna give you both the people that I want to see winning the Oscars and the people that I think are gonna end up winning the Oscars, for reals, not my wish list kind of thing. And sometimes they gather together. Sometimes they, what I want to see win and also what I predict to see win are the same thing. Sometimes that happens. All right, let's go through from the least to the top dog category. Okay, the least, not to belittle it. I'm just saying that this is not the cream of the crop category. Best visual effects. All right, so the nominees are Dune, Free Guy, No Time to Die. Can you see it? Let me make this bigger for you guys. I'm reading off of it by my website here, ramascreen.com. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and Spider-Man No Way Home. Which one do I want to see, winning the Oscar? Like, which one do I wish, would win the Oscar? You know what? I gotta say Spider-Man No Way Home. I want to see Spider-Man No Way Home getting the statuette. And you know what? My prediction is that Spider-Man No Way Home will end up winning the Oscar for Best Visual Effects. The other movies are great too, right? Especially if you've seen Free Guy. Fantastic visual effects on that one. But man, Spider-Man No Way Home, I want to see them win, and I think they're going to win. So that's my prediction. Best Sound. The nominees are Belfast, Dune, No Time to Die, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. Oh, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Usually in the past, Best Sound, the movies that usually win Best Sound in the past are usually war movies. Remember that? Especially when there's remember it used to be divided into two: Best Sound Mix and then Best Sound Editing. And oftentimes the war movies would win both of them. I think Hacksaw Ridge was the last time that won both of them. But anyway, none of these nominees in this category this year are war movies. But I think which one do I want to see win Best Sound? I want to see. They're so good, all of them. I want to see Belfast wins Best Sound. But you know what? I think I'm predicting because the wind seems to be blowing the direction of The Power of the Dog. Not that they're gonna have a clean sweep or anything like that, but I'm predicting The Power of the Dog might win Best Sound. But I want to see Belfast winning this category. But we'll see. We'll see who end up actually become the victor. Best Original Song: "Be Alive" from King Richard. "Dos Oruguitas" from Encanto by Lin Manuel Miranda, by the way. "Be Alive," by the way, is written by Beyonce. So Beyonce is an Oscar nominee this year. That's pretty awesome. Um, "Down to Joy" from Belfast. "No Time to Die" from No Time to Die. Music and lyric by Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish is an Oscar nominee, people. That's awesome. "Somehow You Do" from Four Good Days. I haven't heard that song before. Um, I want No Time to Die to win. And I predict, seeing that, what's his name? Sam Smith won for Spectre, right? And then Adele won Oscar for Skyfall. So I think this one's easy. If you were to follow the tradition, because James Bond songs are strong contenders, I think you can see Billie Eilish end up being among one of the youngest to ever win an Oscar. So yeah, man, it'll be awesome if Billie Eilish walks up on that stage and receives the statuette. But a lot of people also love Beyonce though. Queen Bee. A lot of people love Beyonce. So who knows? It could go either direction. But I'm predicting right now. Right now, if I were a betting man, my money would be on No Time to Die, and I want to see Billie Eilish win over Beyonce. Best original score: "Don't Look Up" by Nicholas Britell, "Dune" by Hans Zimmer, "Encanto" by Jermaine Franco, "Parallel Mothers" by Alberto Iglesias, and "The Power of the Dog" by Johnny Greenwood. Hey, Indie Phantom is here. Hey, what up, my friend? How are you doing over there in China, right? Um, Billie Eilish will get this for sure. I think. Yes, I think so too. I think so too. All right, let's. So, original score. I think you know what I want to see, because I love this movie so much. I want "Don't Look Up" to win Best Original Score. Nicholas Britell. Um, but if I were to predict who's gonna really win the Oscar for this category, I think it's gonna be the great Hans Zimmer for Dune. I did not like the movie Dune. That movie put me to sleep. But one of the few things that I did admire about the film was the music, was the score by Hans Zimmer. So yeah, I want "Don't Look Up" to win, but I think the one that's gonna win is Dune. Best makeup and hairstyle: "Coming to America," "Cruella," "Dune," "The Eyes of Tammy Faye," and "House of Gucci." Ooh, that's a tough one because I love House of Gucci. Okay, not that I love House of Gucci movie. I'm just saying that I love the makeup and the hairstyle on House of Gucci. They were pretty cool. But you know what? I want to see Cruella win this one, and I predict that Cruella is gonna end up winning this one. So this is one of those cases where my wish and my prediction will align. Have you seen Cruella? Oh my God, so good, so good. In terms of makeup and hairstyling, it was a fantastic film. It was this in the '60s sort of punk rock setting. So yeah, they really went wild with their imagination in terms of makeup and hairstyling for that movie. Um, Indie Phantom score. I think people are mostly saying Dune, but I also hear Power of the Dog. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Power of the Dog. Indie Phantom. I was totally bored by Dune. I prefer the older film, which is much cooler. Yeah, right, right. I don't know why people love this last year's Dune. People are like, oh my God, it's like the best thing since Lawrence of Arabia. Dude, calm down. That movie put me to sleep. The original Dune was fun. Got more sandworm. We don't get a lot of sandworm in this one. Like, oh, they're saving it for the part two. Like, why do you have to make Dune part two? Just make one Dune movie already. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I never read the books. Some people are like, oh, you got to do it. This is how you treat Dune. Being two parts. But that movie would bored the hell out of me. Hell out of me. Indie fan, the makeup will be Cruella, I think, because of the content. Yes. I think it's a good category. Eyes of Tammy Faye is a good job, but not as much work. Yes. You are correct. You're correct. Uh, Most of the nominees in this category of makeup and hairstyling, not most, I mean, all of them, they deserve to be in there. They deserve to be nominated. I mean, I can't argue against Coming to America as well because their makeup and hairstyle was fantastic in that movie as well. But my money is on Cruella. My money is on Cruella. Okay, best live action short film. I haven't seen any of these. I think it's fair to skip this. Not to belittle it, not to minimize it. I'm just saying that I can't form an opinion about it because I haven't seen any of it. Best international feature film. I think this is like it's already written in the wall, man. Okay, it's already set in stone that Drive My Car from Japan is gonna win this one. Have you seen Drive My Car? It's fantastic. It's no wonder that he got nominated for Best International Feature and Best Picture because it was that good of a movie. So, just like Alfonso Cuarón's movie Roma a few years ago, remember Roma from Mexico? He got nominated for Best Picture and Best International Feature. So, this is going to win the Best International Feature film. Drive My Car from Japan is going to win this one. Um, and you found them. I think the first Coming to America was also nominated back in the 80s. Oh yeah, really? Yeah. I gotta double check that. I believe you. I believe you. I'll take your word for it, Indie Fathom. Um, because of course, in order to come up with multiple Eddie Murphy and multiple Arsenio Hall, that takes really serious makeup and hairstyling job. Okay. So I don't doubt that at all. That the first Coming to America may have also been nominated for that same category. Um, Best film editing: Don't Look Up, Hank Corwin; Dune, Joe Walker; King Richard, Pamela Martin; The Power of the Dog, Pete Cerberus; and Tick Tick Boom, Myron Kirsten and Andrew Weisbaum. This is a tough one. In the past, as I mentioned to you many times, in the past, whoever or whichever movie wins film editing usually becomes the movie that wins Best Picture. But that hasn't been the case anymore in recent years. So it's not as easy to predict anymore in terms of film editing and Best Picture correlation. Um, but I want Don't Look Up to win. Okay, that's my wish. But I predict that The Power of the Dog is going to win Best Film Editing. So I predict The Power of the Dog will win this category. Indie Phantom, I have not seen Drive My Car, but I hear that it's great. And The Worst Person in the World is also supposed to be strong. Yes, The Worst Person in the World is a good movie. I don't think it did not. Oh, yeah, it got nominated. I'm sorry, it got nominated from Norway. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's also a good movie. But Drive My Car is way better by a mile. By comparison, I mean, it's just like, it's such a good story, man. Such a good story. Editing is controversial this year. I think it's probably will be Part of the Dog, but I have no basis for thinking this except so many nominations. Yes, yeah. So I'm basing it off of my prediction for film editing win, basing it off of because I think the wind is blowing in the right direction of Power of the Dog. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna win. I don't know if they're gonna have a clean sweep. Like Titanic clean sweep, or the Lord of the Rings Two Towers clean sweep. But I think the Power of the Dog the Power of the Dog is going to win a lot. I think the Power of the Dog is going to be dominating the evening this Sunday, including Best Film Editing. We can skip Best Documentary Short Subject. We haven't seen any of that. Best Documentary Feature. I haven't seen any of the nominees here. I apologize. I watch a lot of documentaries. Don't get me wrong, but I missed out on these ones, the nominees ones. Best Costume Design. Okay, here we go. Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, Nightmare Alley, West Side Story. Man, if you haven't seen Cyrano, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Oh, that is a fantastic film. The one starring Peter Dinklage. Oh, Go check it out if you can. I'm sure it's on digital somewhere or video on demand. Such a fantastic film. It's a musical as well. Best costume design, Cruella. I want Cruella to win, and I predict Cruella will win this one. I think this is it's a no-brainer. Okay. The only closest competitor to Cruella probably is West Side Story on this one. Um, Indie Phantom, first coming to America, had two nominations: Best Costume Design and Best Makeup. Rick Baker. Oh, I love Rick Baker. Oh man, I wish Rick Baker would come out of retirement and come back to the business. Oh, Rick Baker was so cool. What's up, Samuel Blachon? What's up? Hey, greetings, my friend from France. By the way, Rick Baker retired about a decade ago. I think his last movie was The Wolfman. Remember that? With Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins. And guess what? Rick Baker retired. He decided to retire because, I kid you not, he said it's all CG now. It's all CG. Nobody's nobody needs my craft anymore. Back in the day, it takes time to mold stuff, from clay and make turn somebody into a wolf. Now it's all CG and green screen and visual effects and computer. And so basically Rick Baker retired because he felt that he had been made extinct by the industry. And it's sad, but it's true. I wish that wasn't the case, but man, Rick Baker is one of the legend. Okay, so enough about Rick Baker. Best cinematography: Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. Oh my God. Okay, I want West Side Story to win this one. Okay, because Janu's cinematography on that movie was mwah, 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 exquisite. So good, so good. Um, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see win. Yeah, West Side Story. That's my wish. But my prediction, best cinematography win. I think it's gonna go to uh, The Power of the Dog. I hate to say that because I don't like The Power of the Dog. The Power of the Dog was a boring movie, but I think Ari Wegner is gonna win this one for best cinematography. That's my prediction at least. Um, Indie Phantom, I think they made a mistake by going just CG. A mix would be most perfect, but I guess not practical in their opinion. Yeah, yeah. It's just the industry, since a decade ago, since James Cameron's Avatar and others like it, it's just like all of a sudden they don't need Rick Baker anymore. Hollywood has turned into something else, a different beast, and a beast that doesn't need Rick Baker's skill to make that beast anymore. So yeah, it's sad, but you can look it up. That's what I'm paraphrasing, of course, but that's what he said. He says like I'm not needed anymore. It's all done by computer now, by clicks of a mouse. So yeah. Best animation, best art direction. I'm sorry, best art direction, production design. Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, West Side Story. I want Nightmare Alley to win. I want Nightmare Alley to win Best Art Direction or Production Design. If you've seen the movie, the sets were amazing, amazing. From the carnival to the fancy smancy, high socialite, lifestyle. It was just period piece as well. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. The sets were great. But having said that, I predict the winner of production design will probably be Dune. So that's my prediction. I want Nightmare Alley to win, but I think Dune is going to win it. Samuel Blachon says, I think The Power of the Dog is overrated. Right? Right. Thank you, Samuel. Oh my God, I'm glad you're saying what I'm thinking, man. If you guys have seen Power of the Dog on Netflix, it's on Netflix, by the way, right? You don't have to catch it anywhere else. It's one of the most boring films ever. Boring. And people are like so pretentious. The critics are like, oh my God, it's an illustration of a repressed gay relationship, and what's like, dude, we had a better gay cowboy movie like 15 years ago called Brokeback Mountain. That movie was so much better by a long shot, man. It's like, oh, they're trying to grasp at straws and about how to admire Power of the Dog, with their words and this. It's so pretentious, man. So pretentious. Um, long story short, I fell asleep watching The Power of the Dog. Right? Thank you, thank you. A long story short, West Side Story also has great sets. Exactly. Agreed. I'm not saying they don't. All right. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying that I predict that Dune will win, but I want Nightmare Alley to win on the production design category. Best animated short film. We haven't seen any of these, so we can skip this one. Best animated feature: Encanto, Flea, Luca, The Mitchells versus the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon. Okay, I'm biased. I'm Southeast Asian, so I want to see Raya and the Last Dragon to win. Obviously, that's the horse I'm you know I'm cheering for. I'm like, come on, come on, come on, you can do this. All the way to the finish line. But we all know that Encanto is gonna win this one. It's not even a question. It's like it's a done deal, sort of a deal. Everybody knew Encanto's gonna win this one. As much as you love the other ones, and the other ones are great, Encanto's gonna win this one. That's my prediction. Um, Indie Phantom, I did like both films for different reasons, but Power of the Dog was way overrated. Yes, thank you. Indie Phantom, how did we already have two gay cowboys movies getting this kind of love, right? The Harder They Fall, The Power of the Dog. Yes, the Western wise, exactly. The Harder They Fall was a much better Western last year. But The Harder They Fall did not get love at the Oscars. Um, Best Original Screenplay: Belfast, Don't Look Up, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, and The Worst Person in the World, which is also nominated for Best International Feature. I want Don't Look Up to win this one. Okay, I'm a big fan of Don't Look Up. That's my horse for Best Picture as well. But I think my prediction is Kenneth Branagh is gonna win for Belfast. That's my prediction. Um, and it helps that Kenneth Branagh has had a long history, in the business, in the industry, including Hollywood. So it's sort of like giving him an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay would be like the equivalence of like them saying, "Hey, thank you, Kenneth Branagh, for all your years of craft in this business." So I think that's what's gonna happen here. Sam Blashon, Belfast or Worst Person in the World? Yes, both movies are good. Both movies are good, but I think um, I want to see Don't Look Up to win this one. But I think I'm predicting that Belfast is gonna win instead. Kenneth Branagh is gonna win this one. Um, I think Indie Phantom. I think Licorice Pizza is another one I think is overrated. Belfast seems really good. Haven't seen it yet. Oh, Belfast is so good. Licorice Pizza, yeah, yeah. I love Paul Thomas Anderson. Generally I love his movies, but Licorice Pizza was just okay, man. It was just okay. I didn't even review it when it came out. I felt like I don't know. It's like you know, sometimes when I watch a Thomas Anderson, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to review this one. It's so good. Punch Drunk Love. Uh, uh, what's There Will Be Blood. The Master. Phantom. Whatever that was with Daniel Day Lewis. Any Paul Thomas Anderson movie is usually like something I'm excited about reviewing. But Licorice Pizza was just like, next. Check please, next. That's how I felt. I didn't even review that one. So I totally agree with you, Indie Phantom. Best adapted screenplay: Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, The Power of the Dog. Okay, I want either Coda or Drive My Car to win this one. All right, but Guess who I'm predicting? I predict The Power of the Dog is gonna win Best Adapted Screenplay. I'm just keeping it real, guys. I'm just keeping it real. The wind is blowing in their direction right now. Everybody's praising that movie. I want to see Coda and drive my either Coda or drive my car to run away with this statuette for this category. But I think it's gonna go to Power of the Dog by written by Jane Campion. Um, so yeah, as much as it pains me to say it, Jane Campion's gonna win this one. Sam Blush was like, I want to drive my car, but I think Coda will win. Yeah, I want either of those to win. I'm with you, Samuel. I'm so with you, and I hope you're right, my friend. I hope you are correct. Um, Indie Phantom, I think Coda gets a surprise win here. Oh, I hope you are correct too, Indie Phantom. Oh, Coda was fantastic. So yeah, Indie Phantom. Paul Thomas Anderson has never topped Boogie Nights or Magnolia or even Heartache for me, and those were his first three. Oh yeah, those are masterpieces, man. Especially Boogie Nights. I love Boogie Nights. My goodness, such a bold and brazen movie that was for that even for that time in the '90s. Um, Best Director: Belfast, Kenneth Branagh; Drive My Car, Ryusuke Hamaguchi; Licorice Pizza, Paul Thomas Anderson; The Power of the Dog, Jane Campion; West Side Story, Steven Spielberg. I'm sure we can agree that Steven Spielberg's gonna be just happy that he got invited to the Oscars again for the gazillion time. He's already won gazillion Oscars, so he doesn't need it. He doesn't need another more. Um, I'm sorry to say this, guys. It pains me to say this, but Jane Campion's gonna win it for The Power of the Dog. Who I want to see win? I want to see either Belfast or Drive My Car. I want to see either Kenneth or Ryusuke to win Best Director. But we all know Jane Campion's gonna win it, and she already won the Directors Guild Award. I think last week or 2 weeks ago. So it's like it's in the bag, guys. It's in the bag. um, I don't think they will give two Oscars to Jane Campion. Oh, we would be surprised, Samuel. I mean, I get it. Again, I'm on your side, but I would not put that past them. Okay, I would not rule that out. The fact, the possibility of them giving two Oscars to Jane Campion in one night, it's possible. It is so possible. Especially the way that they are so praising The Power of the Dog, I don't understand it. Like it's the best thing since freaking Citizen Kane. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Um, Indie Phantom. I think Branagh would win, but it's probably gonna be her. Yeah, yeah, I think so too. Best Actress in Supporting Role. Okay, Jessie Buckley in The Lost Daughter, Ariana DeBose in West Side Story, Judi Dench in Belfast, Kirsten Dunst in The Power of the Dog, and Anjanou Ellis in King Richard. Uh, who I want to see win this one? Ariana DeBose, West Side Story. Who do I think is gonna win this one? Who do I predict? Ariana DeBose, West Side Story. She's gonna win this one, and it's a fantastic story, right? Because um, this is her first nomination ever, and she wins an Oscar on her first nomination ever. Sometimes you need that really cool story, like from time to time. Like Jennifer Hudson, remember that Jennifer Hudson first nomination was for Dreamgirls, and then she won for Dreamgirls. So this is it. This is it for the same Jennifer Hudson moment will happen to Ariana DeBose for West Side Story. Um, see here. Samuel Bleshon, Kenneth Branagh is underrated. Agreed, my friend. My French friend, agreed. Indie Phantom, remember when Brokeback has all the momentum but didn't win Best Picture? That could happen. That's true. That's true. But remember Indie Phantom, back in 2005, Brokeback Mountain versus Crash. Remember Crash? Those were the two front runners. And then back then, the Oscars they were not, even in 2005, they were still not that open-minded about um, the possibility of gay anything winning Best Picture. I know it sounds horrible, and I'm trying to put it nicely, but in 2005 they were chicken shit, and they voted for Crash instead of Brokeback Mountain because of they were scared of the controversy that might come with from it. So that's part of the factor why Brokeback Mountain ultimately did not win, and why such a lesser quality movie like Crash won instead. Um, but to your point, you are correct that maybe the power of the dog may have the momentum right now, and it may not end up winning at all. So we'll see. We'll see. I get your point. I totally get your point. Um, Samuel Blushon, I need to go. Bye, Rama. Bye, Samuel. Why Judy Dench over Katrina Bell for Katrina Bell for Belfast? I think Katrina Bell was better. Yes, I think so too. I think so too. But I guess Hollywood just loves Judy Dench. Always Judy Dench. Best actress in a leading role: Jessica Chastain in The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman in The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz in Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman in Being the Ricardos, and Kristen Stewart in Spencer. I want to see Kristen Stewart win. But is she gonna win? No, she's not gonna win. I predict that the Oscar will go to Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos. Um, yeah, I wish I could tell you guys that Kristen Stewart's gonna win in her first nomination ever, but it's not gonna happen. So Kristen Stewart, I want you to win. I wish for Kristen Stewart to win, but that's my wish. But my prediction, Nicole Kidman is gonna take home the gold for Best Actress. Uh, internet cut. I'm sorry to hear about your internet cutting out, Indie Phantom. But glad to hear that you came back. We're almost done. Best Actor in Supporting Role: Sharon Hines, Belfast; Troy Kotzer in Coda; Jesse Plemons in Power of the Dog; J.K. Simmons in Being the Ricardos; and Cody Smith McPhee in The Power of the Dog. I want to see my wish. My wish is actually either J.K. Simmons or Jesse Plemons. But my prediction is Troy Kotzer in Coda. And Troy has won so many awards leading up to this Sunday's Oscar. So it's in the bag, guys. This one's in the bag too. This is not hard to predict. Troy's gonna win Oscar in his first nomination ever. So it'll be like, congratulations, Troy. Best Actor Leading Role: Javier Bardem Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch in The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield in Tick Tick Boom, Will Smith in King Richard, and Denzel Washington in The Tragedy of Macbeth. I want Andrew Garfield to win. That's my wish. But I predict Will Smith is going to win. Will Smith is going to win his first Oscar ever after having gotten nominated so many times in the past. So Will Smith winning the Oscar this year will be the equivalence of Leonardo DiCaprio winning the Oscar for The Revenant. Remember that? Leonardo DiCaprio had shown better performances in the past prior to The Revenant. But him winning Oscar for The Revenant was like the Oscar saying, "Hey, we wanna honor you for your body of work, not just The Revenant." So we wanna, this Oscar that we're giving you is long overdue. You should have gotten it for like The Wolf of Wall Street and all the other movies that you've been nominated for. But here it is anyway. So that's what's gonna happen to Will Smith. He should have won it for The Pursuit of Happiness or for playing Ali, but he's gonna win it for for King Richard for playing the Williams sisters' dad, Venus and Serena Williams' dad. So I want Andrew Garfield to win, but Will Smith's gonna win this one. All right, last one. Best Picture. Woo! Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. May I just say real quick, I love that Drive My Car is part of the Best Picture. This is so awesome. As an Asian, I'm very proud of that. A couple of years ago, Parasite, South Korean movie, won Best Picture. So, I hope this is a momentum that keeps going. I hope this doesn't stop. After Drive My Car, it's like, another 10 years of dry spell until another Asian movie comes out again. that can be a contender in Best Picture. No, 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 no. It needs to be, a regular thing. So I implore you, Asian filmmakers, to keep bringing on that quality of storytelling. That can compete at the stage like the Oscars. So which one do I want to see win this one? I want to see Don't Look Up winning the Oscar for Best Picture. That's my wish. I love Don't Look Up. That's my horse. Okay. Um, but I predict that the Oscar for Best Picture is going to go to The Power of the Dog. The Power of the Dog is going to win Best Picture, everybody. And it's going to be. Okay, here's. I tweeted this not too long ago. The Power of the Dog winning the Oscar for Best Picture is the equivalence of The English Patient winning the Oscar for Best Picture 25 years ago in the 90s. Remember that? The English Patient? Ray Fiennes, Juliette Binoche. Oh, one of the most boring movies ever to have won Oscar for Best Picture. The English Patient. The fact that it even won, it just like, you wonder why, how. I watched that movie when I was in college for the first time, and it took me I think it took me a few days or even a week to finish it because I kept pausing. I was like, oh, I'll just continue it later on. I'll pick up where I left off later. It was just so boring. That's how it is. The Power of the Dog winning Best Picture will be the same or the equivalence of The English Patient winning Best Picture more than 2 decades ago. So it pains me to say this, but I predict The Power of the Dog is going to win Best Picture. As much as I don't want that to happen. Indie Phantom says, I would like to see Nightmare Alley, but I think Power of the Dog will easily take it. What won Best Picture last year? I can't remember. Last year, the one that, oh, wow, I can't remember last year. Let's Google it together, Indie Phantom. Let's Google it together. I was going to say Judas and the Black Messiah, but that's not right. I think Daniel Kaluuya won Oscar for Best Actor, but last year was such a Nomadland. Yeah, it was okay. It was good, but it was not the most exciting film that year. Indie Phantom, I am almost surprised there won't be a backlash for Netflix movie winning. I hated English Patient. Yes, thank you. I hated English Patient too. There were two great ones that year competing, Fargo and Secret of Lies. Oh, Fargo was amazing. I can't believe Fargo did not win that year. Oh, man. Oh, dude. Yeah. The English Patient. Why, oh, why, oh, why? I can never understand it. I do prefer Power of the Dog to Dune. Yeah, it's a tough one. I hated both movies. That's like asking me to pick between drinking Benadryl and drinking, I don't know, sour milk or something like that. It's like those are tough two choices in the fandom. Okay, I can't get myself to say what you said. That I do prefer Power of the Dog to Dune. I can't get myself to say that because I hated both movies. But yeah, last year's was Nomadland. Ooh. See that's how memorable Nomadland was. That we all remember it. It won last year for Best Picture. I'm being sarcastic, of course. So yeah, it sucks that Power of the Dog is gonna win. I wish it was Don't Look Up. I wish it was Coda. I wish it was Belfast. I wish it was anything else. But the Power of the Dog is gonna win Best Picture Oscar. So that's it, guys. My prediction for this year's Oscar winners. It'll be happening. The ceremony will be happening this Sunday, and I'll be watching it. just like you guys will be watching it as well, and I'll be doing a live stream reaction after the ceremony ends. Especially, oh my God, we have three hosts: Amy Schumer, Regina Hall, and Wanda Sykes. Oh, I hope they don't suck, man. Ah, it's so cringy. Whenever the jokes don't land, or the jokes don't, it's like fly over your head. It was like, can we please pretend that this never happened? So just hold on to something, man. Because those three ladies are gonna try their hardest, and if those jokes suck, uh, they're gonna be more memorable than the winners themselves. Um, Indie fandoms that have both are recommended for a nap, right? I agree. I agree. All right, thank you so much, Indie Phantom and Samuel Blachon, for chatting with me. And for those of you who didn't get to chat with me right now, share your prediction of this Sunday's Oscar winners in the comment section below. Um, Indie Phantom, thanks for the stream. Good luck with your personal choices. Yes, good luck to you as well. Yes, share your predictions in the comment section below. And as always, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Let's rock this.